Good morning. It is June the 12th, 2026. And right off the bat, I want to say happy birthday to my oldest daughter, who is two-digit number, starting with the first number being 4. We will not say what the second number is, but hey, happy birthday to you, sweetheart. We are looking at Forex Factory this morning, and actually at 10 o'clock, we have a couple of folders to be aware of. What we're really going to focus on today is this new chart that Justin has just released. He added the Ichimoku Cloud, or Ichimoku Cloud. And that cloud is what we're seeing. Get my mouse in the right spot. There we go. This cloud. So when it changes, here, example here, green being up, we're on green to take that trade right as it happens. And we're only going to be taking 10-point trades. So we're going to go back to the old days when we were on the trading view with Justin with Simple Market Metrics about a year or so ago. And that was the big key back then, to get in, get 10 points and get out. But this morning, we're actually recording and kind of want to show this. The market's going to be opening up here pretty soon. Actually, the market just did open up at 9:32. Okay, so we're going to be watching. So what we're going to be watching for is when there is a cross. So like here, it was the red came up, but now we still see the green flowing higher, but then all of a sudden does a reverse. And we would have gotten in right at this candle here and wrote it down for 10 points. And so we're going to be watching for that this morning, and we're going to continue to watch it every time we see an up and change. And that's what we saw Justin explain yesterday. So that's how we're going to trade today. So I'm going to be running the constant trigger on buy and sell as we see it happening. We do say here from the very beginning this morning, we see now the green is starting to cross over a little bit. And so we're going to watch that, because when this becomes a green background with the green cloud, that's all the indicating we need. So we're going to be determined by two factors: the color of the cloud and the direction of what line is on top. Here, the red line is on top, which means downward movement. We could have traded here, picked up 10 points, could have picked up here, 10 points down here, could have picked up here, 10 points there, and it's going down again. We're on a green cloud right now, so I am not going to take this trade. So I'm going to trade it like Justin talked about. So I want to see the red line on top significantly, because we already see it and start to change direction here. So I'm going to keep an eye on the bottom as well, but my main focus is the cloud and the line cross. And we have a green background coming with red. That's going to be a signal not to get into the trade, because we have conflicting information. A red cloud, but a green background. Watching the green down here, we could have taken this up, but because of the red cloud, I'm going to be disciplined to only take trades when I see the lines crossing. This is an ATR chart here that I'm showing. But on a 1 minute candle, we have roughly 50 points of movement. Okay, green candle up. I am going to pick, maybe not. You should have took it right there. But it was not quite 10 points. So green background, green line on top, green candle. So I'm going to see what comes up here. Was able to continue. I'm getting in. My ATR is 41 ticks up, 80 ticks down, and we have our first trade. Green candle's going up, cloud is going up. We're going to watch our little pullback, and then we're going to jump back in again. So we have our first 10 points. All right, now red is on top. We're on a red background. We're going to watch for downward movement. And it is beginning to go down. Maybe watch, see where this candle is going to go. I'm going to take that. And we got stopped out for a loss. All right, green is on top. We got red movement getting ready to happen here. We're going to take that trade. All right, 10 points. Should have taken this trade right here. I did not take that. That would have been another win. I would have got in there. 8-8. Would have been another 10-point run right there. The black background, it hit. We're going to take it again. Let's see what we get here. Already in and out. Another 10 points. So far, 4 trades taken, 1 loss, 3 gains. All right, watching for a downward candle. We have red on top, green candles move in. We got it now. Again, one more trade. This may be working against us, and it did. That was a loss. Got in a little too late. Continuing to go up. Let's see what happens on this one. We're close to the 200. Another loss. He was talking about this yesterday. If I would have got in there and wrote it because the green, I would have picked up the points. He was noticing that throughout the trading, that was a pattern picked up. So I'm going to see if I can, because we look back here, I could have done the same thing. And because of the speed of the trades, I'm going to stop putting in, because it's taking me a while to get this text typed in, because I could have actually picked it up and wrote that up, got up 10 points again. And the same thing here. This would have been a counter trade, but I could have picked up that as well. Going down, you see here, take it down. See if we pick up the 10 points here. Another loss. So I'm getting in a little too late. That's what the problem. I'm getting in late. Crossed over to green. It may already started turning because it just crossed green down here. I'm going to hit resistance here. Let's see if we can actually pick up a trade here this time. Continue to go up. Looking for 10 points. We got it. There's a win. Does it have the momentum to keep going? Dancing around the 200 as well. Be very aware of that line. I'm going to take that and see where we go with it. Out for a loss. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda got in down here and not up there. There again, another case of getting in late. Still learning this new chart. It's taken off and going again. Let's see what happens here. There's a win. This was during the news here. That's why we did not take that trade right there. Green background kicked in, taking that trade. And then go up. That's a win. Looking back, I see after going down that I could have taken that candle there. Could have got in after that candle once it hit the top and rolled it up for 10 points. Let's see, 18. Yeah, that would have worked. This at the top. That would have worked there too. Yeah. So I'm starting to see some things that Justin was pointed out, because technically that was a little pullback, heading up. Doesn't have the strength to keep on going. I'm going to get in this trade and see where we go, counting on the momentum to keep moving up. All right, we're stopped out of that trade. I'm going to take that and we'll see if we can ride it up. 10 points. Okay, there's a win. There it goes. Stopped out again. Get into it again one more time. Let's see what we can do on this one. Got our target, 10 points there, but I'm seeing here I could have got into there. So that's a key. After extreme on a high to a low, and then the moving down. The red was there, but the green was the reason we didn't get into it. So here we had the green on top, but we just took the part of the volume, the momentum moving down. Now we have the red on red. I'm going to take that trade and see what happens with that one. Looks like I'm going to get stopped out, and I am. Got stopped out. All right, taking that trade. Stopped out again. Take a counter 10 trade here and see what happens on this one. Green on green, but with a red cloud. Stop out again. So I'm noticing the quicker you get in, the quicker you do, the better you do. I'm going to take that down because of these two. That was a gain. So my late entries are what's creating the issues of the stop. I look back, every time I got stopped out, I was a late entry. So being quicker on the entry is going to be the key to generating the 10 points consistently. Same here, now we got the downward moving again. I take that trade and see what happens. And I already stopped out. So we have green, green, green. Take it. Let's see what happens here. Coming in late again. Let's see if we can hit it. We got that one. When everything lines up, it does seem to work well. Like here, everything lined up and it was a good uptrend. Green, green, and green. So green background, green candle, green wave. Yes, I got into the trade as the line was changing, but we still got the upward movement. So here we're red, black with the green, 2 out of 3. Here the trade was 2 out of 3 because you had the red. When it comes back down to the bottom and closes out, we'll take it. Or if it closes up to the top, taking that trade. Another win. It's got a little bit of a sideways movement going. All right, I'm gonna take that trade again and see what happens. Stopped out for a loss. So we definitely have some sideways movement here in decision. So we'll see if this can produce more downward movement and we'll jump in if that's the case. However, we're going back in again. Yeah, already hit our target. So we did pick up the 10 points here, but that is like a 5-second trade. 25, 2 seconds, a 2-second trade and picked up 10 points. So we're perfect condition, black background, red candle, red cloud. So that's the 3 out of 3 we want. Come back down again. Let me take this real quick and see what happens here. It's gonna be a little longer trade than what we've had in a while. All right, come up and get stopped out. Little sideways movement happening. That candle gets down to there. We're going to take the trade and see what happens. Taking it. Let's see what happens. Stopped out. Let's go back and count our misery here today. This has been an interesting day. Holy cow, a lot of trades. I guess we'll go backwards. Oh, so 1 stop, 2 stops. So we had 2 targets, another stop there. So we had a target, a stop, a target. Right now we're 4 to 4. That's a stop. That's a stop, stop. All right. 7 stops, 4 wins. Got a target and another stop. Got a target there, a stop there, got a target there. We have a stop and we have a target. We have a stop and a target. Another stop there, another stop there, target. There's a target. There's a stop. There's a target. That was trade 1. Okay. So 14 stop losses, 12 gains. So 120 points gain. The stop loss is 20 points. I'm going to need the calculator to figure that out. So 280 points stop loss. So minus the 120, net of 160 points times 2, so $320 loss. So what did I learn? Let's go back and look at the wins. Green, green, green. That's a win. What do we have here? I got in too late. Should have got into there. I got in late, and that was a loss. This one, we had the cloud trigger here. We got into the trade, and that was a win. So that was a 3. So all 3 things lined up, the black background, the red candle, and the red cloud. Here, they were all in a line, but I got in too late. So the key is get in as soon as it happens. We got in with the red cloud, the red candle, the red background. We wrote it down through the green, but we entered in while it was still red. All right, so the next one we got in late. See here, got in late again. If I had gotten into this point, but there again, this is 5 second, 6 second, 7 second, 8 second, 8 seconds still. I get in on the 17th second. So I got in 12 seconds later and the trade went against me. This here we had green, 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 got in late again, and had the loss. So it would have been, I would need to have got into here, the green here, to have that trade be the win. That would have won there if I got in there. This one, we actually got the green, green, and green. That worked. The same thing with this one, green, green, and green. This was a loss because I got in too late. I should have got in when after it went from red to green. The down point to the up point, would have got into there, would have rode up, would have been a win. Got in late. So the three lined up, the green candle, the green background, and the green line on the cloud, but I got in late. This trade was a win. Basically, it was a gamble. I mean, it was a luck shot because there was not one of these candles other than this one being long. I got in as it got close to the top and rode it up. But I could have actually got in after this loss here and would have won too. Green, green, and green. This was a perfect trade. Could have got in a little bit earlier, but I got the 10 points there. This case here, we're coming off when I turned, but I got in late. This was it was a loss. Momentum had already started shifting. This trade, perfect trade. Trade green, green, and green. Could have got into here for more points, but we did get in. Let's look at the seconds here. 15, 16, 17, 18, 9. So there was a little more of a gap there because of the length of that. So I got in right after that trade. And that trade was 49.53, roughly a 25-second trade. Got stopped out of here because the alignment, we had a black background. Take that back because the red candle appeared. I figured it's going to continue to go down. And this is just a change of direction. Everything was lined up, the black background, the red candle, the red on top. Perfect trade that took in, but it did a reversal and it stopped out. This is when I got a little crazy and started going counter because the green way was in, but I did win 10 points there, even though all three did not come in alignment with the red cloud, with the black background, and the red candle. And the same thing here. Actually, this is not the same thing, but we had the red cloud, but it had the upward movement. It got stopped out here. This was another trade that in theory should have worked because all three were in alignment, but the momentum had shifted. Here, this was a trade that should not have been taken because we were not three. They had a green background, green candle, but a red cloud. The same thing with this. Actually, this trade we picked up as soon as it turned over, we quickly got that point. That was a 2-second trade to pick up 10 points. Got stopped out on this one because I took the first red out and the immediately went against me. This is a perfect trade. The green, and the green. Tried to get in a little bit earlier, which I did not. But there again, so I got in roughly 15 seconds after the entry point, wrote it up with 10 points. Now we have the perfect alignment here, the black, the red, and the red candle. Could have got into here, which I did not. Got in late. I did pick up the 10 points. Started to pick up this down here where we pulled back and came back down again. I should have got out of the first candle, not the second candle. And that would have been my 10 points there. Get in again and actually picked up. So technically these two trades took care of that loss of that trade. Same thing here. He's got in late. Should have got into here, not there, but there again. Same thing here. We had the red, but it immediately turned on us, created a stop there. And I think that was my last trade. And it was. $320 loss, 160-point loss for the day. But hey, we learned something. This is our first time trading this chart. So as by watching it, we learned a lot. When the perfect things line up, it does not always work out every time for you. But hey, that is trading. So you guys have a great weekend. We'll catch you next week.
Thank you all for watching our trading activity today. We plan on posting 2 or 3 videos a week to demonstrate the simple market metrics and the live wire trading indicators. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. See you on the next video.